Oh, steady as she goes. Oh. Hello. This is the Christie Clash season wrap-up show, so to speak. The finals have been set, done. Last night, Monday Night Football, Bengals and Browns, all finished. What an ending it was. The championship was decided, but it was fun to watch a good bronze medal matchup where all A.J. Green really needed was one of those two 40-yard catches, one for a touchdown to go through and slipped right through his hands. And as I know Pillsbury's a Bengals fan, that must not have been easy for him. But as it were, congratulations to X Factor on getting something out of this, getting the bronze medal for probably one of the best season win record-wise that we've ever had. Congrats to Marco on upping his former bronze medal count to silver in a close effort. But the most congratulations goes to Out of Tolerance. Congrats, buddy. You finally got your name on the trophy. You've kind of always been a favorite to win, or someone that's always been deemed a threat and just never quite got there. And go figure, in the first year that you got out your first playoff win, you kept going, you got all three, and you won the title. So trophy's coming to you very soon, with mid-January, once I have all that done and settled. The store's not even open till mid-January, actually, so unfortunately we can't get the awards up probably till mid-playoffs, but when we do, pictures will be up, awards and money will be handed out within a week, but the awards will come out mid-January. So other than that, just a brief recap on that. Was a good season, was a frustrating season, I think, for everybody. I don't think we've had that many injuries before. There's a lot of injuries every year, but I think this year was the most, a lot of mid-game injuries. I know myself included, losing Forsett and Bell at different times in first quarters. I know people have done that in the past, so tricky stuff. A lot of upsets, a lot of lower points total teams making it, but that's a bit of luck of the draw. If you face an opponent that's a little bit worse for worse than you get the win. So I like the way it went down, though, format-wise. Like I said, I randomly picked the schedule. I didn't go by Yahoo. I did a thing, which we'll do again. I like the consolation playoff format. It was good to keep everyone active right through to the end. Kept them waiver wire active, kept people wanting to fight for what they wanted, so on and so forth. Other than that, just a good season. It's sad that it's already over, but the off season can kind of begin, I guess, after the playoffs. As an FYI, I will be running a playoff bracket pool, $5 per entry per bracket. Probably be due on Friday. Following Friday, not after this following weekend. But stay tuned for that. You'll probably all get an email for me. As for 2016, move it over, get a little closer to you here. As for 2016, hello. We're gonna do some updates first. What's that, Clay? Oh, Clay Thompson wanted a special guest appear on this broadcast. I know I'm click jumping with my sports or whatnot, but could not buy the alternate rare figure of that at Toys R Us last night. And my hunt for Star Wars figures. The last no Star Wars figures. Jason will be happy. Anyways, a couple of news and notes. These will all be posted in a final post, which I don't know when this league will be deleted, in a month or two. But I'm also putting on the video updates for 2016. So for 2016, we have the draft order. And based on how it went down, Rough Riders won the consolation bracket, gets first. Due Date gets second as the runner-up. I won third. Peyton is the runner-up in that matchup, got fourth. Markham won his final matchup, gets the fifth pick. Vice City, runner-up, gets sixth. And then in the fifth place game, Green Bowl won, so he gets the seventh pick. Loopy the eighth. Pillsbury lost the bronze medal, so he's fourth. He gets the ninth pick, therefore X Factor gets the 10th. And of course, All of Tolerance wins the whole pool, gets the last pick, and then Marco gets the second last pick. Points changes for 2016. We are adding the let me just get this right. The 6 points for the offensive fumble recovery touchdown. It is listed as a fumble return, which I don't agree with, but nevertheless, it's the same thing. If the ball gets forwarded into the end zone and an offensive player recovers it and it becomes a touchdown, that actually was no points before because I never activated that specific thing. That will be done and gone with. Luckily, it didn't affect anyone's matchup per se this year. It happened twice, and it didn't. I went and checked backwards, so thankfully for that. We're going to up the PPR, the receptions from 0.35 to 0.5, 0.15 increase. The norm is 0.5 for a standard PPR league. I don't want to go too high to 1. It influences too much. I'm just going to keep it the norm. I am going to keep quarterback completions. That doesn't exist anywhere, but I feel it's even keel for everybody right now, and it's adding a little bump to quarterbacks anyways, so the 0.2 stays. This is one that I just noticed recently, and I talked to a couple people about, but I'm going to subtract 1 point from 3 to 2 for the interceptions. And the reason I'm doing this, don't freak out, is interceptions, to my knowledge, also add on a pass defense. So a pass deflection is included in an interception. A pass deflection is just, I believe, 1 point on its own, but an interception is always considered a pass deflection most likely. So because it's even more than a sack already at 3, I'm going to make the interception a 2, and the pass defense should add that, so it becomes 2 plus 1, so the interception stays a base 3. Right now, I say interception will be 4, and I think that's a little too juicy, and it separates it too much from, say, a sack. So the interception will be a full 3 from here on out, where we thought it already was. It isn't. It accumulated. So got that out of the way. Okay, the FOB budget. So like I said, 11 to 1 was the vote. Once everybody got back to me, I thank everyone for doing so. I'd like to get everyone's feedback and not weigh new changes or options on, even though a majority, I'd like to get a full talk about it. And the one person that didn't obviously knows it's coming. He's been susceptible to it before, so I hope that it works out in the end. How it basically works, and this will be more in detail on a future post. Each player gets $100 of waiver money. And how it works is the waiver... Thursdays might be different. Thursdays, players might go on waivers after 3 days and be available on Sundays. But the general thing is Sunday to Tuesday will be the waiver time. So at any one's game, so if you're 1 o'clock, you log any unknown players lock at 1, 4:30 lock at 4:30, 8:30 lock at 8:30. Monday night locks all the way to 8:30, so you can still pick up people up until 8:30 Monday night. But any unknown players at those game times lock. And they don't unlock, they don't go back to the open market until Wednesday morning. So it's 11:59 Eastern, which is 2:59 Pacific. Yahoo's based in California, I believe. So you have until, theoretically, 3 a.m. Wednesday morning to put in a blind bid of money on a waiver you see. You want to bid 4 sets on the waiver wire, you want to bid $30, I go and bid 31. You don't find out until Wednesday morning. You get an email, you've successfully lost your waiver claim. Nothing happens to you. I lose $30. My budget goes from 100 to 70 now, and I've got 31. Sorry, I go down 69, and I've got my 4 set of my waiver budget. If 2 teams use the same amount of money, if we both bid 30, then the original continual rolling list, which we already used, so the reverse draft order of waiver ranks, that determines the tiebreaker for any ties in bidding. Doesn't usually happen, but if it does, that's the tiebreaker for it. So this makes it interesting. This makes it easy for everyone to assess on a Monday or a Tuesday, okay, who do I want to bid on? So it's not like first come, first serve. And, I did that. That benefits me greatly. Someone like me that I know watches a lot more maybe in the moment football than other people. But I feel this is good strategy because now when Jamal Charles goes out for the year and you have Kendrick West there, how much do you really bid? You could bid it all, you could bid none. If you bid it all, that doesn't mean you don't get any more waiver picks. You just cannot bid any money on a waiver claim until they go to free agency on the Wednesday. And you must hope that nobody bids on certain players. And let's be honest, people are going to bid. But now you have to decide where you put the value. Do you want to spend a lot? Do you want to spend a little? What do you think other people are spending? And believe me, people, I can see this coming right now. I don't care if someone tells you I'm only bidding 40. They can lie to your face and bid 60 if they want. Take it for what you want. It's your own decision in the end. But it's a lot of fun. It is more of the norm of what's happening. And I think we can get used to it. And hopefully it goes on from here on out. And this video now is winded and I keep talking. Keepers, 2016. Okay, so we always had the option of keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 keepers. But to make this a true keeper pool, we should at least have something from each team every year. Therefore, from here on out, from here till whenever this pool, must keep minimum 2 keepers. You are all keeping 2. Those 2 keepers will be slotted at the bottom rounds, not to affect your first and second picks for anyone that traded those this season. That didn't happen, but for future reference, it makes it easier to keep track of. This makes it a lot better for people too. I'm going to use Rough Riders specifically last year, who we only kept Adrian Peterson and then drafted in his high pick in round 2. Last year he could have kept, if we had this rule, could have kept Adrian Peterson and Mike Evans and still had drafted first in round 2. I know people had said, oh, why are you doing this? I felt it's good because people said, you should at least keep a couple players. Didn't want to manage 4 because sometimes people don't even have enough for 3 or 4. 2, I think, is a good norm. Keep any position you want. Hell, people argue, don't keep a kicker. Why not keep a kicker if you don't like anyone else on your team? That position, it doesn't affect your draft picks at all. Everyone is keeping 2. Everyone gets that in the bottom 2 rounds. Now, you can still keep an optional up to 4. If you want to keep a 3rd or 4th pick, they will affect your 1st and 2nd round picks. You all know the draft order now. This is a non-snake from here on out because we're doing competitive consolation every year. So if a New Day wants to keep his 2nd pick in round 1, he only keeps 2 players, and then he's got to hope if he wants any player back, no one else drafts them, so on and so forth. I think this is going to be a really good way of doing it from here on out. It gives everyone an identity, at least from year to year, and you can still decide if you want to keep 3 or 4 players. We don't go above, we don't go less than we did before, so I think that's going to work out. Due dates for the following year. The only one I really want you to pay attention to is July 1st, because in the event that I have had people leave the pool, and most people stay back, and it's a keeper. We're doing this for the long run, as for however long I do fantasy. July 1st is the deadline for the money. Money most likely will stay at 50. If there's any talk of that changing, it will never decrease. It will only increase if it ever does. That will still be said, but at least the $50 is due July 1st. This way I know all 12 teams are in. The league will probably renew come June, but that's why I've then put the preseason trades will begin on July 2nd, because really no team can trade until they've paid the money. I have had this problem in other pools, so you can look at your teams, talk to managers all you want. The Yahoo Smack Talk app actually has a setting now where you can directly message managers, so by all means, I don't want anyone messaging me for numbers anymore. I have everyone's number of contact, but I don't want to go and ask people, hey, can I give you so-and-so's number? It's all privacy. I respect it. You guys want to talk to each other? Absolutely. I'm not going to hinder that too, me being a manager. But that option is there now, so you can use it. So due date July 1st for the money. Preseason trades will begin July 2nd, and they will end the day before the draft, which is different than last year. I'm going to let it go through the keeper deadline, because if you want to trade people players that people might want to keep, you can do it all the way. Keeper deadline will be 2 weeks before the draft date, which I will decide come June, July, when the pool opens. I believe that is all I have written down. Yes, so what the hell? In conclusion, thanks to all for another fun, great year of fantasy football. This was our 5th season in the Christie pool, 3rd in the keeper era with the trophy. So I look forward to the 6th season and 4th in the keeper era. It will be the final year for the trophy of the top row of the first section. So if you really want to get that top row of that trophy, if that means something aesthetically to you, study hard in the off season, and hopefully we play well and have a good another competitive year. Most competitive season we've ever had. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Liked how everyone was involved almost right to the end, and including the consolation bracket. Loved how everyone's very competitive, and yeah. Proud of you guys. Glad you're all here. Hope to see you all back for the long run. And other than that, actually at some point during this video, if not now, I turned 29 officially 3 minutes ago. So my little birthday gift to you guys is doing this final recap, and hopefully my last year of my 20s yields me some championships. But don't go easy on me. So have a good new year. I will talk to you all soon, and thanks for everything.